All right, well, you got some good stuff to start off with already. All right,
Yeah.
let's get it rolling.
We're rolling.
We are rolling. We are rolling. No, we're rolling. You don't have to do the countdown. We're
Lights,
starting.
camera, action.
God damn it. All right.
What's up, everybody?
Yes, thank you. There we go.
Welcome everyone to another episode of Not So Anonymous.
There we go.
Coming to you live from Buckeye.
This will not be live, but yes, thank you. I appreciate the enthusiasm. Absolutely. What?
Whoa, I'm putting my phone on silent, man.
Oh, good call. Thank you for that. I appreciate that.
What a guy.
I know. All right. So
Try my best, man.
this whole California sober thing.
What is that?
Apparently, it's where you just smoke weed or drink moderately, but you don't do like hard drugs.
Who said that?
It's just a thing that's going around, right? The California sober thing.
Oh, dude, what's that? What that dude that raps that comes to the room every once in a while? It's our home group. He was talking about that to me.
Yeah. Well, I don't know what he is.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like I don't know if it's controversial in the recovery community or what it is, but it's been a topic a little bit. So I just makes me think of the times that I tried to quit doing drugs and would just try to like smoke weed or just try to drink every now and again, and it never worked out for me whatsoever. My honest opinion, it's bullshit. I think it's total bullshit. But it's something I can also only speak on from my experience. And I know you've had experience. We've all had experience in trying to like moderate our shit, right? Or try to cut back. Like I won't do this. Like I won't drink, but maybe I'll just take some acid. Or I won't fucking do crack and heroin, but I'm gonna try to just drink a little bit of whiskey. You know, it's never worked, as far as I know.
Yeah. It's never worked for me. I think this is gonna be just a super opinionated like topic because for me it's like I've proven myself wrong time and time again with the whole I can manage smoking weed, or I can manage drinking, or I'm just gonna drink on the weekends, or I'm just gonna do this or just do that. But I was 2 other times I was sober, and both times I thought I could successfully drink. I was like, I just need to get rid of the hard drugs, the pills, the heroin, the crack, the meth, all of that, and then I'll be good. Then I could drink like a social person again. I just need that time away from all the hard drugs because it was the addiction was so bad to them. And after some time, I convinced myself that I could drink, and I took that double Jack and Coke, and I remember that day like it was yesterday, dude. I remember the drink. I remember where I was at. I remember it all because it kicked on an obsession, dude. That I didn't like. After that obsession kicked on, bro, I didn't know when it was gonna stop again. And it wasn't like I took that drink and I was straight to doing the hardcore drugs.
How long did it take you?
I don't know exactly how long it was. It was
week,
like
couple weeks,
it was
month?
like a couple weeks. I tried. So I remember I drank, and then it was like I went all week, and then there was the next weekend. But that whole week leading up to that next weekend when I drank, it was just a mental battle of like I still went to meetings and I was trying not to just give in to the temptation and the obsession every day. It was a mental fucking battle.
Right.
But then that next weekend came and I was blacked out drunk Friday, Saturday. Then it rolled into Sunday. And then I didn't drink for a few days again. It was just that battle. And then it was even stronger now. And then it was the next weekend. And then it just started being every single day. Next thing I know, I'm at the bar. I do a line of cocaine. And that was it. I was like, what the fuck was that? That wasn't enough.
Right.
It just wasn't enough. Like I could drink
Just enough to piss you off, right?
It was just enough to piss me off. Next thing I know, I'm like on the way to the trap house, bro, to get some crack. And then I get the crack, and then I'm like, oh well, while I'm here, I need a 20 of some fentanyl to come down,
Can't just do crack.
You can't just do crack.
No,
right.
you can't just do that because you got to have something to, bring you down. And I did. And I just got a 20 and it brought me down. I went to sleep that night and I said, I was like, I don't have to do it again tomorrow. I woke up, hungover, felt like shit.
Yeah.
Boom, straight back, dude.
Right.
And then I was just on again for almost a year, bro. And I was like,
and did anyone prior to that try to say, hey man, we really suggest you stay abstinent from everything. Like, don't drink, don't do this. Had anyone suggested to you, like, hey, maybe don't try to drink or don't try to smoke weed or anything like that?
I mean the people in the rooms obviously, and I totally shut everyone out that I built connections with or relationships with. They were hitting me up like, "Hey, you didn't look too good at the meeting. Hey, what are you doing?"
Fuck, I know.
And I'm just like, fucking ignore. Like I just
Yeah.
straight up ignored all of them. And but no, I was pretty good at hiding my addiction, man. Like I thought
Were
I
you?
was. I
Were
thought I
you?
was.
Okay,
I was.
There we go.
But I was also so fucking defensive, and I was such an asshole and irritable that if someone even came close to questioning me or telling me what to do, I would fly off the handle and make them feel like they did something wrong by trying to help me or tell me that I should be doing something. I would just flip the fuck out. Who the fuck do you think? Oh fuck! I got my shit together.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. At work, I'm not allowed to be tired.
Yeah.
At work,
I'm tired. I've been working for 3 days.
my stomach hurts, and I got to deal with your shit.
Yeah, I got a really bad stomach ache. And you're gonna fucking tell me what I need to do.
Exactly, dude.
Yeah. So I didn't. No one ever really told me because I would flip out on them, man.
Well, so the reason I asked is because I remember distinctly. I sat there sitting with my sponsor trying to explain to him I can still drink. I'm pretty sure I can still drink. And I was pissed, right? Because he was like, dude, honestly, he goes, listen, man, if I'm going to sponsor you, we can't be drinking. Like nothing like that at all. And I'm like, well, but alcohol's not my problem. Alcohol's not my problem. It's these fucking pills. It's these drugs. All this. Like that's the stuff that that's bringing me to my fucking knees. Alcohol's not my problem. Completely ignoring my alcoholic career prior to this, by the way. Let me just point that out. But I sat there with a straight face and tried to convince him that I can drink. I can drink. And I tried it a couple times, and it didn't even take a fucking couple weeks or a month for me at all. One night I drank. The very next day, I was back right on opiates. Another time, I drank that night. I was fucking snorting pills again. Like it just happened quick. And again, beyond that, what?
How long were you off of like the pills before you did that?
One time was like 30 days or something like that, and then another time was like a couple weeks.
Yeah, so I had like 5 months of like actual sobriety when I did this.
Oh fuck.
And that's and
Well, you quit doing pills and started just sticking to drinking?
Yeah, but it didn't last long. Like
How much was the drinking like over the top?
I mean, I got hammered, but it
Drank like a champion.
Yeah, dude, I just picked up right where I left off. Like it was funny, man. Dude, Bree's a savage. So when we were at church and the pastor was like talking, because it was when my video played, and the pastor goes, is that 4 beers that you're having every night really a choice now? And Bree looks over to me. She goes, "That's cute, 4 beers." I was like, "Damn, I trained her for a different piece." Like, damn, dude. But yeah, no. So I mean, that's my point of it is I couldn't even allow it to become like the alcoholic drinking anymore because I got hammered that night, and like Donnie said, like now the obsession's on. Like now it's kicking in. Now I just want my drug of choice because I'm already hammered. I'm already fucked up. And that is, it's for me, like this program is my only defense from it, right? And it kind of goes back to that one thing that we talked about. If there was this pill that would well, never mind. Even if I could drink normally, right? Like even if I absolutely could, maybe I could smoke some weed, right? Maybe I can just smoke a joint every now and again. I couldn't do it because I wouldn't be able to honestly work my program. And this program and this type of stuff is my only defense between fentanyl and me, right? So it doesn't really matter what it is. Like I just can't touch it. And if someone out there can touch that stuff, if they can truly just smoke a joint every now and again and live a happy, joyous, and free life, cool, smoke it, man. No issues with that whatsoever.
Yeah.
If you can drink, have a few beers, cool. No issues with that whatsoever. If you're living a happy, joyous, and free life, you used to shoot heroin and now you can smoke a joint or now you can have a Budweiser, whatever, man. If that's truly, truly the case. I don't think I've ever really seen that. Like once we crossed that line that we crossed, I've just never seen it go down like that.
Yeah.
No, yeah. For how long? Like, sorry.
Oh no, you're fine. No, I mean, I agree with you. I haven't seen it either. I have seen. So like for me, like with drinking, it's an internal battle on like, are there still some drugs I can do or not?
Yeah.
And I still think about it a lot. I like full honesty. I have not given up the thought that I could still do acid occasionally one day. I still like think that, and I still want that for me. But the thing that like what really keeps me from doing it, and well, like let me phrase this right. The thing that I really think about is I think that that's possible, right? But am I willing to risk it?
That's the thing.
That's the thing that keeps me completely abstinent. I think it's possible, but am I willing to risk it? Because what if it's not? What if it does bring me back to the bottle, right?
Mm-hmm.
That I don't want, right?
Yeah.
So as of right now and where I'm at in my life, that's not worth it. It's not worth the risk.
Right.
And so that's the big thing that plays in my mind. Because like you said, maybe you can. Maybe there are people out there that can. I listen to people on different podcasts that aren't recovery podcasts or whatever that had drinking problems that, do that stuff every once in a while and all that. And I hear that from them and I think that's great. But yeah, am I willing to risk it for that? And for me right now, the answer is no. So that's kind of the question you got to ask yourself when you're put in those situations, or if you want to be one of those persons that can just smoke weed or drink a little bit, are you willing to take that chance? It's going to lead you back to opiates. At least that's the way that I look at it.
I love that you asked that question. I think that's incredibly valid, and I think that's something that absolutely needs to be asked. That acid, right? Maybe I can take some acid. But then how often am I taking acid? And then is it going to affect my program? Is it going to affect when I sat there and tell a newcomer I got 2 years of sobriety? Do I? Do I really? Or and not that even time is the important aspect in that, but will I be able to have that honest conversation? And if I can't have that honest conversation with somebody in the gutter trying to get out, damn, I'm missing a serious part of my program that helps keep me clean, right? I just think it's a dangerous thing.
Yeah. Because I know too, if I did, I've said on this podcast before, I didn't plan on it.
Right.
If I would have known that I was going to have to be abstinent, I wouldn't have gone into treatment.
Straight up.
I wouldn't have been there. I went there. I just got to, kick this drinking problem. I know it's cool. I'm still going to be able to smoke weed, do some Molly, do some acid every once in a while. I just got to stop drinking. That was my attitude when I went in versus what I learned. And then what I continue to learn in the program, is different. But yeah.
Yeah. And I think it's that crutch, right? Because I'm constantly looking for a crutch. Yeah. The cigarettes that I'm quitting right now, that's a crutch. The fucking pornography, that's a crutch. The Netflix, that's a crutch. Fucking suboxone, that's a crutch. Whatever it is, there's different crutches that I'm looking for that, if I'm being honest, still cause that unmanageability in my life, right? When I was in, one of my biggest beefs with treatment facilities right now is that I felt, and I feel like a lot of times they're over medicating kids, right? And they're fucking just slamming them with these sleeping pills and these fucking suboxone and all this type of stuff, and then sending them on their way. All right, cool. You completed your program, but you were on fucking sleeping pills and suboxone the whole time. Yep. So what happens when I get out? If I'm used to suboxone and sleeping pills this entire time, now I get out of treatment and I'm left to myself. I don't have any suboxone. I don't have any sleeping pills. What the fuck am I going to do? Because I can't sleep and I'm craving. I think it's just it's a dangerous road. It's a dangerous road to rely on those crutches for my sobriety.
Yeah, and I agree with you. Like I said, like I was saying earlier, the treatment center I went to was great, and they taught full abstinence-based programs in the treatment center, but they also said, we know a lot of you guys are going to do weed maintenance, and we know a lot of you guys are going to do different kind of programs. We teach this, but here are some other alternatives also. But they were mostly a harm reduction treatment center. So they were bringing in all the opiate addicts and giving them suboxone. And I was sitting in there not knowing really anything about opiates or fentanyl or any of that. And all these guys seemed great. And they would all get in line and get their suboxone every day. And I just thought that's how you come off of opiates. Until I got down here and met you guys. And you guys are like, fuck, no, that's not the right way. So I see that it's different, but I agree with you. The treatment centers really are really pushing that. But I don't have any experience on that. Do you guys?
Yeah, that was my experience over there. I mean, I went 8 days, a cold turkey 8-day fucking fentanyl withdrawal. I spent 8 days in a detox facility, did not take a single suboxone. When I got to my treatment facility, the doctor sat down with me and explained to me why I should get on suboxone. I'm like, you motherfucker. I just went through 8 days. I got off this because if a kid wants to detox with suboxone, I have no beef with that. It's torture coming off these opiates, man. It's a torturous process. So I have no beef with weaning using it to get through the actual withdrawal period. I have no beef with that. My beef comes when it's a long-term solution, right? Now it's that external solution to my internal problems still. And I've seen it to where I see kids' foundation built in Suboxone, and it's very short-lived. Actually, you know what? Just for the sake of the other side of this argument, there was one kid, one of the very first people I ever met with an opiate addiction, and to the best of my knowledge, he's still doing well. He was on Suboxone. Actually, I don't know if he was like in the program or anything like that. He was one kid that I did see who seemed like he was living a pretty happy, joyous, and free life. He does well for himself, started a business. I don't know if he's still on it or not, but I know that when I was with him and I worked with him for maybe that year or so, he was on it. So that was one situation. But obviously, we're in a world where we see kids trying to get clean all the time, right? Kids trying to stay clean all the time. And I don't see it working very often. And I just know for me that my big thing when I went to treatment was, okay, I'm coming here to remove the dependence on any substance. I'm leaving here independent of your substance. Like, I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't want to rely on it. Like, I want to work on my spiritual issue. I want to work on this right here, you know, and that's why I put my faith in God, in the program, and, you know, for like surrounding myself with other people in recovery who were dead serious about recovery. Like, that's what I wanted my foundation to be built on, not like, yo, I got this crutch. And I think as we found out, I mean, crutches, no matter what it is, whether it's fucking eating or, like I said, a number of different things, it can be a problem. And it's caused unmanageability in my life, at least.
Yeah, I'm the same way, dude. So my like the foundation of my program, right? I think a big foundation for everyone's program are people that are extremely successful, and it is a spiritual connection, dude. And as soon as I put some kind of substance or external solution into my body, it just completely eliminates that spiritual connection. Even if it is Netflix or porn or gambling or like anything like that. And it's not like you said, kids. No, it's just like people. I've never seen someone. So I've seen people on Suboxone for a year, 2 years, but how long, dude? Like, how sustainable is that in reality? Like, it's just a matter of time. Almost. From all the people that I've seen that have went through that experience of doing that, have always ended up almost always back to doing the same shit.
Same.
It's just a matter of time, you know. And that's where I say this is extremely opinionated for me, because I don't believe that I can truly be spiritually connected or really work on myself if I have something that is making me feel some sort of way. And that was like my biggest thing when I got out of rehab. I left rehab early this last time, because I had just like a moment of clarity, like, how the fuck did I get here again? Right. In scrubs, in rehab, like, what the hell, you know? And I was just like, the day I really committed to just changing my life. And they were like, you know, and everyone says like, hey, listen to these people, listen to, you know, take advice from everyone else. Don't, your own fucking best thinking got you here. Right. So they're like, hey, if you're going to leave early, at least take this naltrexone and do the Vivitrol shot, you know? And I was like, and they're like, and we recommend doing it for an extended period of time. And I was like, well, my plans are to leave here, you know, leave Ohio as soon as I get out of here. And they're like, well, just get this Vivitrol shot. So I listened to them. I was like, yeah, you know, I'll take the Vivitrol shot. But I've seen other people on that shot for a year, 2 years. Like, and my whole mindset was like, I don't want to fucking be dependent on, I have to go to the doctor and I have to do this and I have to get this medicine to be okay. And like, it's just that it goes back to that crutch. And that's what I said. I was like, I don't want to be relying on anything. My whole entire life I've been relying on some sort of substance to make me feel some sort of way. And I don't want that anymore. Like, I just want to experience life in myself and my body and this how it's supposed to be normally, you know? And so that was like, I don't, that's why it's super opinionated for me.
But all right. So yes,
but it was good.
But we're giving our opinion. Yes. But I'm giving my opinion based off my experience.
Yeah.
Not just with myself, but with the hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of kids or people that we've come in contact with, right? Living in the world that we live in, right? So that's what my opinion is based off of, is my experience with that. What I'll say about your situation is taking that Vivitrol shot. Cool. Take the shot. You ain't one of us, but take the shot. I'm just fucking around. But take the shot, right? But that's not where you were basing your foundation in, right?
No, that's exactly what I knew because of the seeds planted prior that the program worked. And I was like, okay, you know, I'll fucking do your Vivitrol shot or whatever, because I did the same thing. I refused my Suboxone. I refused all the fucking comfort meds, all that shit, because I wanted to remember, like, I wanted to just get off it as quick as possible, dude. And I knew the Suboxone, the comfort meds, it was just gonna prolong my fucking agony. And I think that's what Suboxone did for me prior. It just prolonged the inevitable of me fucking going back.
Did it delay it? Did it actually like prolong the days that you were in withdrawal?
And then as soon as they take the Suboxone away, I'm just withdrawing again. From Suboxone. So it was like, and they were like, "Oh, I can't believe you're doing this." And I'm like, I put myself in this situation, right? Like I did the drugs, I got addicted, I had a choice, I had a way out, and I decided to go back down this road.
Yeah.
And they were like, oh, because a lot of the people that were coming in, they were like, they would just be sitting at the fucking med window waiting, like, oh, please give me my meds, please give me my meds, sure. And I wasn't, dude, and I was just like, this is it, and I'll never forget them detoxes. They were the fucking worst, but
bad.
They were like, do this Vivitrol, it blocks the cravings, and it does this, and I was like, all right, dude, I'll do your fucking shot, one shot, that's it. But it worked, whatever. Everyone's story and path's different. I knew the one counselor there, he was on it for 2 years, like 2 years straight on the Vivitrol shot once a month. But I didn't want that, dude. And then it goes back to the doctor, right? I meet with the doctor. He's like, well, I think you got anxiety, you got depression, you have trauma, you have all this shit. I'm like, yeah, no fucking shit, bro. We know I am a me. Like, I know what I have, dude. He's like, well, I think we should do, let's do this, take these you have trouble sleeping, these trazodones, these Seroquel, this anxiety medicine, this depression medicine. I was like, all that is a fucking mask, dude, for what I'm truly going through or what I'm truly trying to, figure out and process and deal with. And I was like, I don't want none of your shit, dude. Keep all your meds, bro.
Sorry, go ahead, Jordan.
Oh, I was just gonna say, I think too, like, I mean, I get it, like, and that's like, I think we were all the same way. I think what is like a little bit different for those people, like those doctors and those things like that, people like us are the rare, or like you guys are the very rare, the people that are gonna come in and want to go cold turkey.
Well, I would include yourself in that.
Sorry. But yes, I didn't get offered like Vivitrol and medicine and all that stuff, whatever. So that's why that's like the rare case. Like 99% of the people that they get coming into those treatment centers, they're like trying to figure out some possible way to keep them in, to keep them off the drugs, to keep them off the street. So if they got to give them everything that they can just to make sure that they don't shoot up the second that they leave, I feel like is probably the majority of the people that they deal with. The people that came in with the mindset you on that are probably like really, really rare. So I do see the kind of the side that the treatment centers and the doctors are coming from a little bit, but that's just a side note.
I do too. And I mean, I kind of am leery of getting into this, but I mean, because it's a business too at the end of the day, right? Treatment's a business. So now we're talking about insurance money for this, and now we're talking about clinics, and we're talking about, I'm just saying, I think there's a lot of other stuff that goes on with that too. But it scared me from the very get. And when you're talking about the medicines and like all that type of stuff, I remember going to, because they made me go to like the psychiatric appointment and all that type of stuff, and I went and seen like a psych doctor, all this shit, same thing, diagnosed with the depression, the anxiety, all that stuff, that I'm like, yeah, fucking good job, way to crack the case there. You know what I mean? And I remember they just pulled out this list of medicines, like, all right, so I think we need to get on this, and I turned the page over, and before I even got to this appointment, I wrote in big bold letters, no medication. And she goes, you want to explain to me why you wrote no medication on the paper? I was like, because I don't want any medication. That's why I wrote that down. And I explained to her, I was like, listen, man, I'm fucking terrified of everything you have to offer me. Straight up. I am terrified of everything you have to offer me. And that's not to say that some people don't need medicine for whatever it is. Like, I'm not judging somebody if they genuinely need like some psych meds or whatever. Like, that's not my fucking area to talk about. I'm legitimately talking about trying to use and manipulate the system, and knowing damn well that I'm only taking this because I'm trying to get a free high, and I'm trying to avoid the cravings, and I'm trying to fucking, you know what I mean? Like, if I'm keeping it real, I'm trying to fucking get stoned off your supply, and it's legal, and it's like not frowned upon because, because the fucking rehab gave it to me, right? That's what I would have been trying to do. And I'm terrified of any of that, because just agreeing to go to rehab, bro, was so fucking hard. It was so hard for me, man. Like, it was the hardest decision that I think I ever made, was agreeing to finally go to rehab, because I was convinced time and time again, I can fucking do it. I can do it. I can do it myself. I'll just kick on my couch. This time will be different. I swear to God, this time will be different. Truly believing it in my fucking head, only to wake up the very next day and repeat the exact same fucking actions that put me in those withdrawals in the first place. Like, that was the insanity that I lived with. When it finally got so bad that I agreed to go to treatment, and now this is the first time I'm away from my wife, first time I'm away from my kid, first time I'm up there, I actually got to, like, cook for myself, like, which sounds crazy, but that was like a big deal for me. Being raised in a Hispanic household, having Hispanic women all of my life pampering me, taking care of me. Goomer, please back me up a little bit on this.
True story.
Absolutely, bro. Having a Hispanic wife, like, to where, like, that shit was real for me, like, all of these different things, bro. And I know it sounds like cupcake shit, but that's true, bro. I was like growing up like that. So all these things, man, to be separated and put in this whole different thing, that was fucking hard. And the last thing I wanted to do was go back. That's the last thing I wanted to do. And I fucking told him, I said, listen, man, you ain't seen me back here. Mm-hmm. Whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, I'm not talking about that, because I don't know. It might be a really bad thing that you don't see me back here, but I only got one of these in me. And I just wanted to make sure that I fucking put everything that I had into that, man. And I just felt like leaving there on suboxone or any of that shit would fuck that up, right? And again, like you said, the one, you know what? The way I disagree with your rehab's approach, but I'm not hating on them. Because it sounds like they were upfront from the get, right? Like, yo, if you're going to try to smoke weed, this is what it is, right? So they were, it sounded like they were pretty upfront about it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so if you're going to do that, like, that's cool. Like, one of the things that I can't stand is someone, like, there's this dude on Instagram that I want to put on blast so fucking bad, but I'll respect that part. I'll stay away from that. This motherfucker's talking about clean and sober, talking about 10 years clean and sober, smoking a fucking blunt on the Instagram live. Right? Like, smoking a blunt, claiming clean and sober. Like, all that shit. I think
mood or mind-altering substances.
That's fucking bullshit, bro. Mm-hmm. Because I'm good with it if I just want to be... I'm sorry, gets me heated. Because if I'm going to be like, yo, I just don't do fucking heroin anymore. Like, I still drink, like, but yo, like, I can show you, like, I can tell you what I do to just, like, smoke a joint every now and again and, like, stay away from that fucking heroin or whatever. Cool. But don't be fucking talking about clean and sober and shit. Because in my mind, like, if I start telling people clean and sober, smoking a blunt, I feel like there's a fucking argument to be made that I might have blood on my hands if I'm fucking spitting that shit. And some kid's like, you know what? Yeah. He's clean and sober. Weed's not a drug. And now that motherfucker kicks that obsession in, goes and fucking uses fentanyl and dies. Like, I'm just saying that's where my mind goes with it. Whew. I'm sorry. That shit got me heated, bro.
I feel you, man. It's I don't know, man. There's a lot of opinions on that.
It's a lot of opinions, but
I agree with you. Like, that's one of my biggest fears of, like, the whole movement of recovering out loud, right? That things are going to start changing and moving and lines are going to get blurred and people are going to start manipulating it. And going back to that dude that went to the meeting, he started talking to me like that some person posted on the page like yo, moving to California because I want to try this new California sobriety. And I just, want to smoke weed and this and that, but still considered sober. So she was moving to California and she posted this on like a recovery page or something like that, And then she got fucking hammered, bro, like, by people that lived in California and took sobriety very seriously. Like, no, like, nothing. And she just got ripped into it, man. And, like, he was just telling me some of the comments that people were just went at her. And I was like, eesh. I was like, that's kind of fucked up. Yeah. But then, like, California's getting this reputation about, like, recovery, and they don't take recovery seriously.
I know, that's got to be shitty.
It's got to be
not
shitty.
Tight, dude.
Like, that's not cool. But I don't know, man. It's just... For me, I'm just really strict, man. Like, I told you guys, like, I don't even take Tylenol or ibuprofen. Like, it's been like 3 or 4 times that I've ever taken that in my recovery, dude. It's extreme. It's dramatic. A lot of people give me shit and tease me about it, but it's just like, I truly believe that I don't need that stuff. I want to know what happens, like, if I just truly take everything out. And then there's a lot of crutches, energy drinks, cigarettes, like caffeine, all that stuff. But it's just weird to where to draw the line. Like, if you could do that in your life and not get off the hard shit, good for you, man. Like,
yeah, totally.
I wish you the best. I'm not trying to knock on your program or what you're doing. I just know for me, I know there's a beast or there's a monster, that 800-pound gorilla that's just fiending for that hardcore drug.
Mhm.
Like I can't manage that. The thought of like this morning, dude, I opened my fridge and there's like 2 highlights.
Oh shit!
Champagne.
The champagne and the beers.
And it's
A lot of
7:30.
highlights.
It's fucking 7:37 in the morning, bro. I opened the fridge and I woke up hungry and there's like leftover pizza, and I opened the fridge and then there's 2 like those 32 ounces and I was like, and my mouth got
there were
watery.
32-ounce
Yeah,
highlights.
dude. My pops goes old school, dude.
yeah.
That's his
Dude,
shit. Dude, so like I opened the fridge and I see them, I'm just like, damn, that shit looks good right now. And then I close it and I continue to just grab the pizza and heat it up in the microwave. And I looked at the time and it says 7:37 in the morning. I was like, God damn. I was like, ain't that funny, bro? That I'm craving beer at 7:30 in the morning, bro. Like that just blew me away and I just laughed at the thought. Like, but that goes to show you, it's like, dude, I can't fucking touch anything. Even like when the first detox that I went to, they put me on subs and stuff, and I was like, and I told them the same thing. I was like, dude, I don't want no meds. Like, I don't want fucking meds. And they were like, almost like, well, if you don't take this stuff, you're gonna get red flagged, and you're gonna stay here longer. So that built a fear, like, dude, I want to get the fuck out of here. I want to kick what I have to do, and then go handle my business. And that was the first detox center that I experienced, and the subs helped, like with, like the kicking and stuff, dude. So, but when I left. And like I remember getting discharged, or they're just is that how you say it?
Discharge, yeah.
Discharge. And then the dude was like baffled. He's like, dude, you're not on maintenance meds? I was like, what is that? First time, never heard. I didn't know none of this shit. He's like, it's when they put you on subs and you continue to do this so you don't have to like go back to that stuff. And I was like, he's like Chinese. I was like, I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about, bro. Like, can you just sign my shit so I can like fucking leave, dude? And then he was like baffled, dude. He was like really like I remember him, dude. He just looked at me like everybody's getting on meds and everybody's getting fucking subs and stuff like that. But I don't have insurance, dude. Like to this day, like I don't have any insurance.
Yeah.
Haven't had insurance in a very long time, man. So there goes back to that whole business stuff. It's like, how are we gonna like if they really cared or don't care, like I don't really want to put that out there, but that's just how I felt.
I think there's a lot of people that absolutely care.
That's just how I felt. It's just like, well, this dude doesn't have insurance. Fuck him. We gave him what he had to, and that like 5-day stay, it was like 10 grand, bro. That I still fucking ate. Oh, and I'm just like, well, fuck. Like I ain't gonna do that shit again. I can't afford that, bro.
Why do you think I took the Uber, bro?
Ambulance rides are expensive, bro.
They said I was dying, and the first thing that came to my mind was how much that ambulance ride.
Like, it's weird, man, but it's if you want it, right? Like, I know it's a business. They gotta make the thing. And I remember rehab. I told him, I was like, dude, I really want this, but I don't want my family spending all this fucking money on me, dude. Like, this is like, I know I'm from the States, but we don't have money. Like, we're broke as shit. Like, we live paycheck to paycheck. And I was like, I don't have fucking money, dude. And they're just like, dude, they like have scholarships here. And I was like, whoa. He's like, if you really want it, we can give you scholarships and you can stay.
Have you seen my grades?
I was like, whoa. I was like, well, I do want to do that, but I kind of want to leave. And it's like that double-edged sword type of thing. But
were you familiar with scholarships at that point?
no, I don't know what the fuck that was. But I don't know. You lost my train.
Sorry, dude. Sorry. No, you're saying, you were just saying how you didn't want your family spending all that money and shit like that. And
That's where I was going with it. The resources.
Yeah.
Regardless if it's a business or they're making money off your insurance or anything like that, the resources are fucking there, dude.
Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
if you fucking want them.
Yeah.
Some people get stuck in the system and just think that that's it. And I get it if you're not like, if you don't know what to do next, you know, and I see it all the time going doing H&I. You get stuck in that cycle. It's like they get kicked out. And then it's like, well, what do I do now? Same thing happened to me. As soon as I got out of that 5-day detox, I got out and I went straight to the dope, man. Because I truly believe that I could keep it at two perks, bro.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, I'm gonna keep it at 2 perks. I call him broke as shit. I was like, yo, man, this is what I dropped on him, bro. I was just like, yo, man, I know I got some dude that wants to buy 100, bro. And I told him your shit's fire, bro. Like, if you just like front me 2 of them, like, and just give him a test, I'll come back later on and buy those 100. And he's like, yeah, bro, I got you, dude. So you like fronted me too, and then like.
I do that shit all the time, bro.
It's like, but later on that day, I'm like going through like people's purses and shit, taking debit cards and then trying to buy 15, 20, 30 of them, like fucking withdrawing shit. Like making up some bullshit story where I gotta go and then like I'm like back at it, dude. So it's like it's unmanageable for me, dude. Like
absolutely.
even like. So like that's when I started learning about subs, and even like I was trying to smoke a strip of sub. So it goes to tell you, it's like I wanted that fucking high.
Dude.
Oh, yeah.
I tried methadone. I went to the methadone clinic. I remember my sister I was kicking. She's like, "We're gonna get you," and she said to get on subs. But like I said, I didn't know any of this shit. I was like really like ignorant about all this stuff. And like they were like interviewing me, and I couldn't read shit. I was just like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I was like, just give me something. Like my sister brought me here. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. And then she's like, well, you want subs or methadone? And I was like, methadone. Like I don't know, pick one. And I was like, and then they asked me how much perks I was doing, and it was like some ridiculous amount of like number, and they're just like, holy fuck, dude. So they started me really slow, which is weird, and then started going up and up and up because they were just like telling me like, well, are you still hurting? Do you still get cravings? And I was like, fuck yeah. Like I didn't know, like they didn't educate me like, yo, like this is the problem. Like it was just like sign here, sign here, sign here. All right, cool. You want some more? You want some more? You want some more? Get in and out. But I was still searching that euphoric feeling of like of fentanyl, dude. So I would like get all doped up on methadone, dude, clinic, and I was like at like 100 and something milligrams, dude, and like smoking a perk right before I fucking go in there, like waiting for my number to get called, nodding out, dude. It was crazy, dude. I was driving back home and I was just like nodding the fuck out, and I get home and my mom like, she's like, seeing me do this, but like I had the excuse like I'm it's legal now. I'm taking methadone.
Right.
Like they're seeing me not out at the dinner table, but now they can't tell me shit. So now I'm hiding behind like, hey, I'm going to methadone.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, like it's another free high and it's free fucking drugs.
Mm-hmm.
So if I ever have to kick or fucking, as long as I keep going there every fucking day and do those maintenance drugs, when I don't have any perks, I could fucking go back there and not really feel it that way. And that kind of, it's like a little soft landing. So I don't really reach those cold turkey withdrawals, dude. And it was just like I was working the fucking system, dude. So
absolutely.
So I gotta understand when someone like is constantly searching for that, replacing that crutch, and fucking seeking that high, that apparently nothing's gonna fucking touch it, dude. Nothing's gonna touch that fucking high. And whatever you like to use, like you're always chasing that first fucking high, and nothing touches it, and it's like a endless fucking cycle, dude.
It
and
is.
like you said, dude, I've met many people that take those Vivitrol shots, dude, and they're just like, yeah, I went back out. I was like, why? He's like, I don't know, the obsession, and they're just like, yeah, I broke through it, and
which is incredibly dangerous.
Yeah,
well, I don't
like,
think I don't think they were beaten and broken enough to actually surrender to actually like putting the willingness in. Is usually what it always comes down to. Like if you really talk to someone that broke through and went back out.
And just to clarify on that too, like beaten broken is subjective to each person, right? How much, like, where's my bottom, right?
Yeah, what is my where is my bottom? You know, how
Right.
much for in any addiction? I think there's so much unmanageability and powerlessness
Absolutely.
shows up. But it's like, when am I gonna quit bullshitting myself and really commit? And like my bottom, I didn't reach my full bottom. I could keep going lower and lower
Right.
and lower. I
Yeah.
know
Absolutely.
I could have, but it was like
to the
that.
gates of insanity, man.
That's where the elevator,
fucking
right?
grave.
Yeah,
Yeah.
to the
Duh.
grave, bro. Like that's where I was headed, you know. But I decided to get off and stop digging the hole or drop
Yeah.
the shovel right
Because
there.
at one point when you're like really, I guess, getting to your bottom, like did you at least for me, man, like I wanted out. I just didn't know
Fuck
how
yeah.
to fucking do it.
Me too. Every day, dude, I wanted out. I wanted to stop, bro, so bad. But I would tell myself, I'm not gonna do it today. I'm not gonna do it today. This is the day.
This is the day.
This is the day, like that. I'm not gonna do it. And then within the next hour, 2 hours, bro, I'm doing whatever it took because those withdrawals started kicking in, and that's when my addiction
Absolutely.
called, and that's when I was fucking off to the races and doing whatever I had to do to get
Yeah.
just one, man, just to feel.
It's sad, man. Like seeing people go on subs for years
Mm-hmm.
and then thinking it's almost like they think they got the solid foundation of recovery and they work the program and stuff like that, and they're just like, well, I'm ready. I've done this for so X amount of time, a long period, and then they get fucking off of it and they feel like a newcomer. The emotions are the same as you put down your first drink for the first time, and I've
and
seen
it's a
it.
bitch to come off
And-
those
and
things.
they- yeah.
Suboxone withdrawals are worse than fentanyl withdrawals, dude. If you're really on Suboxone, like at the levels the doctors try to give you, same thing with methadone. I was on methadone for a long time, bro. That shit gets in your bones. Like
Dude,
the
that shit
withdrawals
sucks,
from methadone
dude.
is the worst, dude.
Mhm.
Both of them, subs and methadone. You know, they just last. They're intense, but they last so much longer than the withdrawals from fentanyl or heroin.
It's just, I don't know, man. Just seeing someone recently go through that and struggling to get back on the recovery side of it, and then they're explaining like, dude, it just feels like I have two personalities, and my emotions are really spiking up, and then they really come down, and like I have a good day and then I have a worse day, and I'm just sitting there thinking, I was like, that's sobriety at like the first 30 days. Like, what are you talking about?
First fucking months for me.
But they're under this illusion or delusion shit of thinking of like, well, I have this much time, like I feel so good on this maintenance shit, so they're like, I don't need this, and then they come off of it, and it's just like, and seeing that and personally living through that, like with someone close to me, it's like, fuck, dude, I don't know what to fucking do, because it's like plugging in so much to a fucking program and doing all this stuff, and then like falling off, like that's got to be hard to come back, you know? It's like when they're thinking they've already done so much in the program, they put in the work and stuff, but like now feeling it like on a naked level, it's like, it's hard to comprehend, and seeing that, dude, and seeing that pain and that suffering, dude, it's just like, it pisses me off, man. Like it sucks. I don't know. I can't even give my opinion or like suggestion to do it or not do it. It's just, for me, I know it wouldn't work. I'm fucking there trying to smoke a fucking strip. Yeah. And if you think that's a good idea and try it, I don't. You're fucked up like me out there, dude. Don't fucking do it.
I snorted my suboxone. Did everyone
put in a little water, melt it.
A little bit of water in a bottle cap, dude. A little warm water, just twist it around, snort it.
And
let's probably not give. You know,
disclaimer.
Not
so anonymous does not endorse Donnie.
That does not work.
Dude, so let's say you're smoking weed, right, and drinking, and you're sober or whatever. I'm sorry, dude. Like I'm passionate about this
claiming
shit.
sober,
whatever. I'm not. It's not like taking shots at anyone.
No, it's not.
And not taking. It's just my personal experience and my thoughts. But like, is it making your life unmanageable? Like, what are you doing? Like, are you like getting rides everywhere? Or are you fucking driving high? Are you drinking and driving? Like, that's where that line is like,
it's
unmanageability. Like that's not cool, dude. Getting on the road, drinking and driving. Like, I almost killed an 18-month-old fucking kid because I was drinking and driving, dude. Like, I hit 2 trees in my car, ended in someone's backyard, and I was like a foot away from that kid's bedroom, dude. It's just like, and I was like 19 at the time, and it was like, and I was just drinking and doing coke at the time, but it was like that's fucking, those are early signs of like, yo, dude, you're overdoing this.
Absolutely. But that's kind of like the question or what I said earlier, right? Like if you can smoke weed and have a happy, joyous, and free life, cool.
I've seen that though.
Yeah. I'm not mad at it.
Yeah. That's on one of the podcasts I listened to that I've showed you guys. One of the guys is an alcoholic, and like, but he doesn't claim sober. And he always says all the time, he goes, I don't claim sober because I like to hit a joint every now and then.
Nothing wrong with that.
And if that works, I think that's good. But like you said, if it comes back to, for one, are those things making your life unmanageable when you do them? And then also, like, are you willing to risk it? Like, like, if you think, okay, I want to try that lifestyle where I can do that, are you willing to risk going back to the bottom?
Dude, that's where I'm at right now. Like me and Jordan, we were talking. I found myself on a phone call, like out of searching for more spiritual growth, right? So I got recommended to this place, like this spiritual meditation retreat in Costa Rica that I was planning on, going on.
Oh, you gonna drink some ayahuasca?
So, but no, so they just talk. So it doesn't say that right off the bat. Literally, it doesn't. It talks about just long meditations and stuff like that. So then I take a deeper dive into it. I end up talking to these people, and it's an ayahuasca based.
I knew where this was going.
It's an ayahuasca based spiritual program. It's like a week or 2 weeks long, whichever one you want to go in. And the guy I'm talking to, he's shared his story with me. I was like, so what? You've been through. You work for these people now, and he works for him, right? He's like, but it literally changed my life. And he told me some of his story. He was like, I was a severe heroin addict, meth, everything. I lost me and my brother did drugs together. I woke up, he didn't. He overdosed, died right next to me. He found his dad dead from alcohol. He was in the program twice. He had 2 years both times, and he went back out. And he's like, and now this time, he's like, I found this place. I went there, and he was like, and I do this retreat twice a year. He's like, I live in California, but I go to this place twice a year, and I go through a week-long spiritual retreat or journey that, and he said it's open. He's like, it's opened my spiritual connection. And he's like, and I'm really involved in the program, in the 12 steps, in the meetings. He's like, I go to like 3 to 5 meetings a week. He's like, and some people can judge me or whatever, but he's like, it's helped me unlock and process some traumas that I did not even know were in my subconscious mind, because it opened my subconscious mind to such a deep level that in my conscious level, I had such defense mechanisms built up for so many years against that trauma. He's like, I wasn't even able to tap into any of that until I was walked through these ceremonies with a shaman and like the gradual process of ayahuasca. And I was like, he's like, dude, I'm not telling you to do it. I'm not telling you not to do it. He's like, I can only share from my experience that it's helped me in my recovery, in my program. And some people may judge me in the rooms, but he's like, for me, it's helped me. It's benefited me in such a huge way. And I was like, well, I didn't know it was ayahuasca, but like, I'm where I'm at right now. Like, I thought about it. I was like, yeah, let me think about it. I'm just kicking around and see.
Yeah, I'm intrigued now.
But
I told him, I was like,
that sounds interesting.
It does.
You know
I've always thought that though. Like I've always been kind of for it.
Like this place has been proven time and time. They're booked out for like months and months. Like really, some of the most successful people in the world and country go to this place and go on these spiritual retreats, dude, for like a week, because it unleashes a whole new perspective on life. It's like a reset of life every time. A lot of people talk about, but at the same time, I'm like, do I, like Jordan said, do I want to risk, where I'm at now and my life, or my mindset now? Because every time I've ever done hallucinogenics, I've never done ayahuasca, but every time I did DMT or acid or mushrooms, my perspective in my life literally changed from that day on. Like every trip was like, holy shit, life has just changed.
Tell him what the guy said, the difference between the DMT and the ayahuasca.
He was like, I told it because, all right, so my whole reason for moving out to Arizona the first time was to smoke the Sonoran toad. The
Tijuana, bro.
5-MeO DMT, the toads that.
You're just giving all kinds of drug tips this episode. Good job.
But that's how powerful my addiction was. Like that, I seen this documentary on fucking TV, and I was like, I want to go to Arizona and fucking smoke this. I want to do some DMT that like blasts me off into another world, right? Yeah. Because like there's shamans and stuff talk about it, and a lot of people will go through these treatments to cure depression, anxiety, addiction. Like there's always these story after story of these people say, I was addicted to this. I went through this treatment. I quit smoking cigarettes. I quit doing drugs, all that. And so I came out here to do that. But anyways, I'm talking to the guy and I was like, yeah, I've heard about doing the, and he knew he's like really knowledgeable about this stuff. And he's like, oh yeah, he's like, I did that. He's like smoking that. That's like, so the ayahuasca is basically like taking steps to heaven. He was like, it's just small gradual steps up, and then God just opens up this door and he's standing there, and then you're like, hey, what's up? It's like a nice conversation. He's like, you do that DMT, bro. It's like you take one hit and you just blast to the top of the steps, bust through the door, and then God's like, what the fuck are you doing here? Dude, I started dying on the phone laughing.
What the fuck are you doing? Hey man, I got some questions for you.
It was hilarious, bro. But
so would you do it? Do you believe at a certain point in your recovery that you could do it and be okay with it?
Ayahuasca?
Or psychedelics or anything like that?
I do.
I always question that, man. Not to throw out ideas and shit like that, but I think it's possible. All right?
It's possible that I can drink normally. It's possible that I can smoke the joint, but it's like Jordan said.
Is it possible? Tell me more about this.
I'm just saying.
Tell me your idea.
Technically, it's not impossible. Technically, it's not impossible, right? We can't put a definitive 100% impossible fucking number on that. So even if it's 0.0001% chance, technically it's possible. But it goes back to what Jordan said. Do I want to risk it?
Right.
I don't. Like I've acid, shrooms, DMT, like all that stuff. Like, yes. And I think that's naturally the most intriguing one because it's like, well, it's not really like fucking high, it's not like drunk or for me at least, it's not like fucking, it's an intriguing thing. It's intriguing. I don't want to risk it. I don't have an issue with Donnie going down and drinking ayahuasca. We will just have to find a fourth for the podcast. But but seriously, like, if someone wanted to go, like, I have no issue with that. Whatever, dude. Like, again, it really
Sign me up.
I'm not going.
Once he showed me the prices, believe me, you don't want to go.
Like 10 grand or what?
And you don't get anything for it. he's like, yeah, it's like 7-8 grand, and then you got to buy the shuttle. I was like, it's 8 grand. You got to buy your own shuttle. They don't give you a shuttle for 8 grand.
I can take the Uber, bro.
for real, bro.
It's out in the jungle, bro. It's a long ride.
Dude, I
from the
bet you there's
airport.
some dope shit, bro.
I bet if we just go out there sober and hang around with it, there's got to be like contact high that we get, bro.
You drink
You
this
have to
shit, though.
drink ayahuasca.
Yo, let me get some of that. Well,
We get a gunner of
what-
ayahuasca.
Yeah.
Oh man.
one thing I did want to touch on, I don't know if it was on topic to something that you were saying like a while back. I don't know, but that we got
Yeah, we
anyway.
got fucked up on that
But
one.
kind of when you were talking about like when it was 7:30 in the morning, you saw the beers and all that stuff, and like we were just talking last night. I was talking to these guys, and I was like, dude, drinking in the morning was my favorite thing to do. Like that still is a craving to me. And one of the biggest things that a counselor in my treatment said, and she just kind of said it like all willy-nilly. I don't think she realized it was just going to resonate with me, but it really resonated. And like we were watching I think What Women Want or whatever, you know, in the rehab center, and there's a scene where like she's like really craving booze or whatever, and I didn't get triggered really a lot throughout my whole treatment, but this scene she was like really craving booze or whatever, and she runs out into the trash like on the side of the road like that she threw out, and then she digs through it and finds like a bottle of vodka and just starts like chugging it, and that like triggered me. And so I was talking to the counselor about it, and she said, you know, I think like part of your problem is too that you really have this addiction to that feeling of relief.
Oh, absolutely.
And she kind of just said that in passing, and it's like it really resonated with me, and I was like, I really do, because I love drinking in the morning, because I loved waking up feeling like shit and taking that first shot and going, okay, everything's better. I love when I can go hours without my nicotine, like if I have to work or if I'm on a hike or something, and then I could take that first hit and it's like, ooh, okay, everything feels better. I love when I can postpone that satisfaction as long as I can, because then it's like, ooh, everything makes me feel better. So I've been able to like take that thing and like put it into different aspects of my life. But that's how I know that's a bigger root of the problem, even more than just the alcohol.
Right.
Like that's something that like I have to be careful to watch out for in all aspects of my life, because I'm going to find something that I can crave to make me feel relieved. So even if I did start getting like medications or anti-anxiety things or, you know, different things like that, I'll crave that to get some kind of, that's why I like booze. It calmed my mind and relieved me. Right. You know, so it's like, that's that part of that addiction that goes down more than just the substance, you know, and that's why I like, you know, I think kind of like what we're going to talking about, whatever it is, if it can get me that feeling of relief, I think I'll eventually become addicted to it.
Yeah,
Definitely.
absolutely. And then what happens? Like it's then the unmanageability kicks in, right? Like that's I think kind of like we were saying earlier too. Can you manage it? Like, are you gonna be fucking drinking and driving and almost killing people, right?
Like waking up hungover, feeling like shit at work, like
you know your intentions though. Like you're really doing it just to take, because that's the argument, right? To take the edge off. This whole sobriety of California, or whatever. Like it's just to take the edge off, right? Like, and it's. You're doing it, whatever. At the end of the day, it's none of my fucking business. Not my.
I just like the way you said that. The sobriety of California.
You know what? Did Donnie tell you how to do sobriety in Utah, man? Remember when I called you?
Dude, that was funny, dude.
So Jordan, I don't. This is way before you came in.
Was it?
I was here.
Were you really?
When Donnie went to Utah, yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
you were.
yeah.
So this just
'Cause
came.
I-
I got my I got my first speeding ticket on my way to Utah,
Dude,
and I just
yeah.
got my other ticket, and it hasn't been exactly a year yet. It's only been 10 months, so I can't do like the defensive driving.
Yeah.
They won't wipe it off my record.
Jeez.
I know. It sucks.
This one,
So-
I was on the phone when he got arrested, by the way. When
Yeah.
he was like, listen, I'm going to keep you in my AirPod. I was like, yeah, let me hear the whole thing, bro. He was dead convinced you had weed in the car, right?
Yeah,
like,
he was.
Cop?
all he found
he
was like
told-
Donnie's big book.
I got my big book and my 12 and 12. I was like, bro, I told you I'm sober. He tore my whole entire.
I thought you were on like California sobriety.
He's like, I know a lot of people out here sober too. They still
He
got
thought,
weed in the
he
car.
thought I was transporting weed, bro. For real.
Dude.
Dude, and the shittiest thing too, well, in my experience with that whole situation, my phone died. So I didn't get to like get through the fucked up part. When you got detained
Yeah,
and
I
like
got a-
almost had
yeah.
a panic attack.
I was literally
man.
in the back of the cop car, dude, with handcuffs on, like having a fucking panic attack because I was like claustrophobic. I couldn't move my arms, and I was like, "What the hell, dude?" I just started.
I don't have weed. I don't
I
have
was
weed.
like, no, I just started praying, bro.
Yeah,
and it was just,
Jesus.
dude, it was messed up, man.
That's
Yeah.
super fucked
He was a little
up,
dick
bro.
to you, huh?
The cop,
Yeah.
yeah, he was a dick.
Yeah.
It's all good, man.
That's crazy.
Sorry, we got sidetracked on that. But
Anyways, point
Back
of
to
that story.
surrender. yeah,
I went through a period of time. I was like 6 months, 7 months sober, and I was like dedicated to find a loophole in recovery in the program.
Oh yeah,
I was
this
trying to
motherf-
find something that it was underlined that I could do to feel high, and I think I had cracked it at one point.
He called you
I called
convinced,
Dylan
bro.
fucking pumped, dude. What did I say? What was it?
He's all, check it out, Dylan. Yo,
Because I would always
smelling
call
salt. He's all, I'm just gonna sniff a bunch of smelling salt.
just to get that up, bro.
I always wanted to try.
Dude, Dylan's like, Goomer, they're illegal, bro. I'm like,
Like, no, not illegal. It's like for little kids. And maybe it's not now, but when I was young, I was like maybe 12 or so, like that. I got a concussion playing football,
Mhm.
and my dad was like, "Get him some smelling salt." And my coach was like, "The fuck is wrong with you? You can't give him smell. It's illegal to give this kid smelling salt." That's
Jeez.
where it was. I don't know if it's illegal or not, but either way, it's the intention of it. You were just
Oh,
trying
yeah.
to get fucking high.
yeah.
You were probably on your 5th energy drink, dude,
Oh,
looking
yeah.
for a fucking buzz.
I was in to find those loopholes, man. And then Donnie calls me. He's like, "Yeah." I was like, "You hang out with sober people?" He's like, "Yeah, but they're out there doing steroids and all kinds of shit." Dude. And I was like, "Fuck yeah!" Dude. I called Dylan, super excited. I was like, "Yo, Donnie, tell you how to do recovery or sobriety in
Utah?
That was a long-standing.
That's
joke
another
for a
thing,
while.
dude.
That was,
That's fucking doing
Oh,
steroids.
yeah.
Like when I started working out, I was just like, dude, I'm gonna do steroids. I called so many people's opinions. Some people were like, it's not a relapse, not considered a relapse.
is.
Yeah.
And then some people were like, dude, it's a fucking relapse. So
I have my experience with it, bro.
yeah,
I
Donnie
did,
did roids, bro.
I did steroids my first run at sobriety, man, and it literally changes the way of my mood and my mind, bro. Like 100%.
yeah, but it doesn't count as a relapse.
I would. Call
Did it
that-
lead you back to hardcore
Yeah.
drugs?
Yeah.
It did.
That's because you're like the worst of the worst guinea pigs to do experience. You know what I mean? That's a compliment, dude. Like, like we're just fucked, dude. Like we're the type of addicts or alcoholics or whatever that we can't touch shit because we're gonna turn it into fucking something else.
Yeah, no,
Right?
it's true.
I guess that's the
I
whole
was-
point of fucking.
I was excited. I was excited when we did the hot chip challenge because I heard that thing gets you high. Dude, you fucking eat that chip.
Oh, you sneaky motherfucker, bro. You had some ill intentions behind that.
That's the shit. That's a relapse.
That's that shit.
That's
Yeah,
a relapse.
Jordan relapse. Dude,
hot
no one
chip.
else did.
though, bro. That chip, dude.
Yeah, I did.
That shit was hot as fuck.
that
bro.
chip-
Lasted 20 seconds, bro.
I was out.
Out quick, dude. Donnie just
Donnie's
sitting
in the
there
drive-thru
laughing.
Taco Bell. It's finally going away, guys.
2 hours later.
Oh
That was
man.
fun. We gotta release that. We gotta do something with
Oh,
that.
yeah,
Yeah.
I did see it in the drive, by the way, so
Yeah.
thank you. But yeah, we got to put that out there. The hot chip challenge. Is it past, dude? Does anyone even give a fuck about the hot chip challenge anymore?
It's just
I don't
funny.
give a
Watch
fuck.
Coomer
Funny,
fucking
dude.
pour the milk into his fucking.
Throw up.
Yeah, that was
Cry.
funny,
Dude,
dude.
that
That
was
was
hot.
It
funny.
wasn't that hot, bro.
Donnie, I told you, you're the worst of the worst.
Fucking crackhead. I know, dude.
You're built different, bro.
I am. You guys ain't built like me, dude.
Shut the
You
fuck
ain't
up.
built like me, dog.
Oh my goodness.
Anyways, what was the topic?
Back to surrender.
Back to surrender. No, bro. I think it all comes down to that unmanageability aspect, right?
Mhm.
It doesn't matter. And I want to make it very clear: this is not a slam on rehabs. This is not a slam on someone on suboxone. This is not a slam on someone who can smoke weed. I'm not trying to slam anybody. I'm just saying I think it's dangerous for a dude like me who crossed the line that I crossed to ever touch anything like that whatsoever. And I don't, like Jordan was saying, is it worth the risk? No, it's not worth the risk to me. Anything that I do that I'm severely addicted to, whether, I mean, even the energy drinks, right? You were just talking about, you're getting fucking headaches from caffeine now, right? Like, that's causing some shit, right? Like, I had to stop drinking them too because it got to the point where they weren't even keeping me awake. They were just fucking with my heart. Like, that's all it was. I was laying in bed about to fall asleep, drinking a Bang because I wanted to stay awake, but I wanted to try to fucking rest while I stayed awake. So, like, just all of those things. And again, that's in sobriety. I'm like doing some weird shit that's causing unmanageability.
But I mean, there's always rare cases, right?
Yeah.
There's a rare, like how you said, we're a miracle. There's no reason why we should even be sitting here on no substances, right? That's rare.
Raw
There's
dog
people
reality,
that
bro.
I love that meme, bro. Like,
Raw dog.
he's like, hats off.
reality.
What did it say? Hats off to the people that don't smoke weed, don't drink, and they're just out there raw dogging reality.
Yep.
There's certain, like, at least for me, this could be an ego trip, pride thing, chip on my shoulder, call it whatever you want it, but there's certain thing that I like it feels good and it feels rewarding and it's like something that I take pride in. It's just like, dude, I'm not on shit. I don't touch shit, man. That's cool. Whatever you do is none of my fucking business, and I ain't judging you.
Right.
I always welcome you in the meetings, and I'm, because there's a certain,
however you find happy, joyous, and free.
yeah,
right?
for whatever. Because I know people that were hooked on heroin really bad, and then they occasionally drink nowadays, and it's working for them.
Mhm.
And I just there's a certain thing that it's rewarding for me to work a program off of everything, and just genuinely help people, man, that come in the next and be that, like, because I always wonder, I was like, can I be, because I always entertain the thought, I was like, dude, I need like antidepressants, this and that. And it's like, for the most part, I don't take none of that shit. And
it's amazing how much of that, like, anxiety and all that stuff goes away when you get sober.
Mm-hmm.
It's like they're trying to diagnose you with all this stuff when you come off. And like, I was like, yeah, I'm fucking have shit tons of anxiety.
Yes.
And then it's like, when you get sober, you're like, oh, I think I just have the mental health problems that everybody has. Like, it's just like, this is normal life.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's such a great point, dude.
Yeah, we fuck our chemical balances up in our body and our
horrible.
minds to such a.
What is that?
It's
Time.
My
the
phone,
computer.
dude. Or the computer. Yeah. So we mess our.
Fuck. Sorry to everyone out there.
We mess the chemical levels up like so bad in our mind and our body that you can't even judge our anxiety or depression, you know, in the first 6 months of sobriety.
Yes!
I feel like even a year, like, dude, the
I heard
first
it was
year,
18 months.
it is 18 months to 2 years is
Mhm.
like, is clinic. Like, and
Like-
I'm down over 2 years and I still feel like I'm
That you just
healing. I'm healing.
Oh,
Like,
totally.
so that one book that one of my mentors gave me about addiction, they talk about, dude, like sometimes it's like 5 years, bro,
Yeah.
before you are genuinely like, your body has adjusted and healed. Like, we put some shit into our body, bro. If you
dude,
think about it.
I have no idea.
Like,
Oh,
seeing, like,
mhm.
interacting
We don't
with
know
some
sometimes.
of the people, bro. Like me and Goomer just took a
that dude that
kid-
we took to.
Yeah.
a homeless kid to the bus station, you know, bought him a bus ticket to go back to his hometown and shit, and just to see the wear and tear that he's put on his body through drugs and everything. It's like, I did the same shit, and that's why I say it's a damn miracle, like
Absolutely.
literally a miracle that we were sitting here sober, and that we're not completely fucked up from all the damage that we did to our minds and our bodies. And
Speak for yourself.
I am kind. I am
No,
still
I'm
messed up.
I'm amazed by it, man. I'm like,
Absolutely.
dude, to push your mind to that breaking point and not break and like fall off the deep end and like you never come
Never
back,
come
dude.
back.
Like, dude, I used to do all kinds of shit, dude. I
You
was
went
on
full
everything.
Fight Club, dude.
Exactly. Like, how do I get that delusional reality, dude, and
Yeah.
really believe it and bounce back like to an okay state? Like, it's crazy, dude.
By the
It's
grace
crazy.
of God.
Dude,
That's
it
what I'm
is.
saying. Like, yeah, I have suicide thoughts. Yeah, I get I have
Yeah.
bad days. I have those days where it's like I want to pick up and I go through the ringer sometimes, but it's just like it is. I know, like, it's possible not to be on anything, and that's just for me. Like, I don't know if people's cases are higher and they really need it, or they're really like medically diagnosed with
Yeah.
like serious problems that I don't understand or even know about. Whatever. But I just know, like, at least for my case, I was pretty fucking far out there, dude, and
Yeah.
I don't take anything, and and it's possible.
Yeah.
You know,
Mhm.
Absolutely.
it's completely possible to be off everything, man.
Yeah.
And it's
Again,
rewarding.
it is very rewarding. I just want to reiterate real fast, so it's not a slam on anyone.
Yeah.
However, which way you find happy, joyous, and free, tight. Just don't be claiming clean and sober when you're smoking a joint, motherfucker.
Dylan.
Sorry, damn it, Dylan. Sorry, dude.
He's gonna be our.
All right.
Never mind.
Jordan looks like he's got to piss his pants.
No, I don't. I'm good, bro.
You look like me when on Goomer's episode.
Oh, I know, dude.
But
Yes,
yeah.
it is that time.
is it that time?
What time is it though, Jordan?
The Daily Donnie time.
The Daily Donnie
I thought it was gonna be a whisper this time.
No, I wasn't gonna let it get away with that shit.
One's too many and 1,000's never enough.
Thank you, Donnie.
The
The way he looked at me so proud, like I was just gonna be like, "Fuck yeah, bro!" Like,
Anybody?
It's like I was just gonna be like, "Damn, dude."
It's a
That's what's
classic.
up.
It's a classic.
It's,
bro.
it's so true.
I will give you
It's
the
a
first
cliche
time
for a
I did
reason.
hear that one. The first time in the room, it's just like, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
All right. Well, had fun with you guys. Thank you so much, Goomer, Jordan, Donnie. Thank you guys for keeping me clean today.
Thank you,
everyone
Dylan.
out there. Thank you so much for being a part of my recovery. Please like the show. Oh, I'm right here now. Huh? Oh shit. My bad. Goomer, you want to drop your phone number for these people?
We still doing that?
Oh, we don't have to. That's fine.
928-276-1905.
Give us a call, reach out, leave a comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. We thank you so much for listening to another episode of Not So Anonymous.
Boom.